Colin Kaepernick's wife just shook the table. She's out here saying Kaepernick was targeted, straight up, and now she's throwing her support behind none other than Nicki Minaj. Yeah, you heard that right. Looks like she's standing tall with Nicki, and that alliance alone is making waves. But that ain't all. People are coming for Tasha K, the controversial blogger who's always knee-deep in mess. And guess what? Akon is calling out the entire industry for staying dead silent when things went down. Like, why wasn't anybody speaking up? That silence says a lot. Meanwhile, Drake and DJ Akademiks are turning on each other. It's getting messy out here, real messy. From laughing it up to low-key beefing, their friendship is looking shaky now. And oh, don't sleep on this one. 50 Cent is back in the mix too, watching it all go down like he's planning his next move. Now let's talk hands. Clarissa Shields and Layla Ali might actually throw down. Layla said she's done with boxing, she's retired, but if someone's willing to cough up $15 to $20 million, she might just lace up those gloves again. That's right, she said, I'll come out for the right price. This could be one of the biggest fights in women's boxing history if it really goes down. She said she'd get pummeled in the head for that kind of money. That's Layla Ali talking. But Clarissa Shields, she ain't playing. She's saying she got the money. But let's clear it up. Layla didn't just ask for 15 million, nah. She said 15 to 20 million, big difference. Let's break that down real quick. When someone says 15 to 20 million, they're not asking you to show up with the low end. That's just the starter price. You come with 15, they might consider it. But 20, that's the real number. That's when it gets serious. You feel me? So if you're thinking about bringing anything less than that, like 9 million, 8 million, come on now, don't waste her time. Layla's basically saying, I'll come out of retirement, but you better make it worth my while. And Clarissa, she's like, let's go. I got the bag. So now it's just a matter of who's really putting that cash on the table. Low-key, if someone offered me 10 or 15 million to get in the ring, I'd probably consider it too. But anything under that, nah, you gotta run it up if you want a real fight. This ain't no cheap matchup. This is legacy stuff right here. You gotta come way bigger than that. But honestly, I still wouldn't take the fight, not for no amount of money. You know why? Because she's a woman, and I don't hit women. I don't care if she's a trained boxer or a world champ. I don't put hands on women, period. Like I said before, and I'll say it again, maybe you hold them back. Maybe you snatch that wig off just to stop the madness. But you don't hit them. Real talk. I don't even want to hold them if I don't have to. That's just survival mode if things get wild, you feel me? Look, I ain't never been beat up by a woman. Let's get that straight. But I have been scratched up, had shoes, plates, even random stuff thrown at me. One time I saw something flying through the air. I still don't know what it was. If it had hit me, man, I could have ended up in the ER. But here's the thing. I don't think I ever caused that kind of rage. I just think people get too caught up when it comes to me. They get so passionate, so wrapped up, they flip if I don't do what they say. Like, chill.
What you doing?
What's this?
I told you them Starbursts ain't mine. What's going on?
And what are these?
Huh? This ain't even my diaper.
I'm mad. I'm mad that baby really looked like it was upset until they found the damn Jolly Ranch. Is that Jolly Ranchers? It was Jolly Ranchers. Yeah, we caught you with the Jolly Ranchers, sis. You know what I'm saying? Explain yourself. Why they held the baby like that? I feel like I wouldn't want to hold a baby like that because I don't even want them to be. I don't want the child to feel like it knows what that felt like, even if it's at one.
I'm not about to be controlled. I'm 6'0", 7 on energy, and I move how I move. And honestly, if you were with me, you might throw something too, especially if you thought you were losing me. That's just how intense it gets sometimes. Anyway, forget all that. Somebody explain this to me real quick, because 50 Cent just dropped a video and it's got people talking. Man, I'm mad. I'm really mad. That baby looked like it was legit upset, like something serious had gone down. Until boom, they pulled out some damn Jolly Ranchers. Yup, Jolly Ranchers. We saw it, sis. We caught you with the candy. Don't even try to act innocent now. Like, explain yourself. Why did that baby look so stressed out? I wouldn't even feel right holding a baby like that. Not because of the baby, but because I don't want no kid feeling that kind of energy, even for a second. I don't care if they're just 1 year old and won't remember it in 2 weeks. I just couldn't do it. To me, that's like putting energy on a child that don't belong to them. It's weird. I'm low-key superstitious like that. Like, don't introduce certain vibes too early. You never know what you might awaken for later on down the line. That's just how I think, real talk. And people be doing the strangest things to kids, like it's all fun and games. But it ain't. That energy sticks, even if you don't see it right away. I don't know. Maybe it's just how I was raised. Maybe it's a cultural thing. But honestly, I don't think black folks be playing like that with babies. Would you do that with your kid? Not me. I wouldn't even want my child to feel like they understand what it means to put their hands behind their back like that. That's not a game. Not for no laughs. Not for no views. None of it. You feel me? Never mind all that other noise. Let's get to the real juice. One of the biggest die-hard supporters of Drake has always been DJ Akademiks. This man was basically Drake's walking billboard. No lie. People even started thinking Drizzy might have been paying him on the low to hype up everything he did. It was that obvious. But now, something's off. Real office, seems like that bond might be breaking down. Fast. Akademiks went public saying Drake actually pressed him. Yeah, Drake supposedly checked him, asking if he was scared of Kendrick's team or something. Like, what? Akademiks even said Drake hit him with a, "you pulling up or what?" type of energy. It's wild. Take a listen to that clip. It's got the whole internet buzzing right now. And you know what it makes me think of? When people be like, "I didn't vote for this." That's the vibe right there. Like Akademiks is trying to backpedal. I didn't sign up for this kind of heat.
Drake, I said, Drake, I pulled up. Are you gonna pull up? Yo, even when Drake hit me, and listen, sometimes y'all be thinking like me and Drake is like buddy, like whatever. Yeah, that's my mans, and that is my favorite rapper, but like, I'm not over here dick sucking, my nigga. When Drake told me that shit, was like, yo, bro, they had you scared. You know what I told Drake? I said, Drake, I pulled up. Are you gonna pull up? I swear I told him that. I promise you, I put it on everything. So like, I don't wanna hear none of y'all niggas talk shit. I'm the most bitch-made nigga in the game, and I'm pulling up. I'm seeing people. Y'all are the thugs. You're seeing nobody. Y'all talking to crazy. Y'all not doing nothing. I asked Drake, I said, Drake, I think, this before I realized my hating ass ex and her little you ass nigga cut my passport up. I was going to Toronto to go to the show. I had box seats tickets to Kendrick's show in Toronto. I told Drake, I said, Drake, cause Drake, like I guess SZA hit him up and lied to him. I don't know what happened. I said, Drake, gang, I pulled up on them. Are you gonna pull up? They're coming to your city. Are you pulling up? Bro, I don't want to hear nobody talk no more shit, man. Yo, this is why I keep telling all of y'all, bro, we all doing content, musicians or not, nobody is really crashing out. Nobody. None of y'all is crashing out. I'm not seeing nobody do nothing. The most pussy nigga in the game, and I'll take the title, I am pulling up. I asked him, this guy just calls you a pedophile. He's coming to your city. You're going to show. All right, okay.
Let's not forget, Kendrick pulled up and performed in Toronto. But Drake, he didn't even show up in LA. Now that's suspicious. And sure, anything can happen anywhere. Let's keep it a buck. You can get got in Canada just like you can in LA. But come on, this is Drake we talking about. The man got security like the president. If he really wanted to, he could have touched down in LA, done his thing, and been back on that jet before anyone blinked. So why didn't he? Now everybody's watching real close because this feud just got personal. So Drake dipped, straight up left. He clearly made the call. I ain't taking no chances. Meanwhile, Kendrick Lamar, that man really showed up in Toronto like it was nothing. And people were warning him too, like, yo, be careful. But Kendrick still pulled up like, what's good? And the wildest part, folks from Drake's camp, especially Top 5, were out here acting like they were checking hotel room doors trying to find Kendrick. Like, really? One of them even said, I can't do nothing. The door's locked. What? That's what we doing now? Man, it's just looking off. Then you got Akademiks talking slick. He straight up said he went to Kendrick's concert. And mind you, this is the same dude who's been one of the loudest Drake fans out there, publicly. So now folks are like, wait, if he can show up for Kendrick, how did Drake not show up to LA at all?
Oh man, I know Illuminati's trying to get you out of here, man. Before you go, man, speaking of locked up, Diddy's coming out. Are everybody gonna get in trouble now? Like
the industry was very, very quiet. Nigga, I ain't seen the industry this quiet since I entered it. It was loud the motherfucker till that happened, boy.
Yeah, they were like, oh,
niggas was hiding. Nobody came outside. Niggas was hiding TMZ. Like, nobody spoke in his behalf. They like, yo, Kai, what do you say? I said, hey, man, listen, I don't really know Diddy on a level like that because I've never been to any of his parties.
Yeah.
You know, not by choice. I just was a hard worker. I just ain't had time, right? I've been invited, no lie, but I just chose to go to the studio. I said, but at the end of the day, you know, in the end, he got to go to court and he got to get proven.
Wow.
So all I could do is wait to see what the verdict is.
Everybody hiding, man.
And honestly, that's the real question. Like, we're all watching this beef unfold and Drake didn't even pull up once? That silence speaks volumes. Makes people start wondering what's really going on. But hold up. Before we wrap this up, let's talk about something else that's been way too quiet. Akon just spoke out, and what he said is catching serious attention. He's calling out the whole industry for going mute when Diddy got roped into all that mess. Like, where were the voices then? Stay tuned, because we got to get into that next. Man, they better hide now, because let's be real, most of these folks don't want no smoke. You ever notice how the moment someone in the game starts going through it, everybody just vanishes? Phones go unanswered, texts get ignored, and all that love they used to show, gone. Just poof. That's how dirty the industry is, and honestly, it's straight up disgusting. They all act like family when the lights are on, fronting like they down for you. But truth is, they ain't really with you. They're just co-workers. That's it. Y'all might make tracks together, take pics, party, whatever, but that don't mean they go through the fire for you. Nah, most of them are just clocking in and out like it's a job. And when it comes to Diddy, the situation gets even nastier. These weren't just randoms. A lot of these folks partied with him, popped bottles, hugged him like he was their brother, acted like they was his number one, always front and center. But now, crickets. Nobody's saying a word. Nobody's showing up. Only ones who really stood up were his family, his kids, and Stevie J. That's it. And yeah, pulled up too. But even that move got folks side-eyeing. Like, was it support, or was there something else behind that appearance? Either way, it just proves one thing. When things hit the fan in this industry, you find out real quick who's really in your corner and who was just there for the ride. But nah, I ain't even gonna get deep into all that right now. For real, forget that. What's really got people talking is that damn lawnmower. Like, what's really going on? Let me give y'all the update real quick, man, and then I'll get into the shoutouts. So boom, I spoke to bro yesterday. Yeah, the lawnmower situation. Let me tell you how it went down. But first, shout out time. Big shout out to KV Antonio. Bro's been flooding the comment section with messages, a lot of them. And he keeps saying the same thing over and over. Matter of fact, let me read one out loud. You supposed to be showing your face. With the new YouTube guidelines. You a teacher, why you not following the rules? Like, what? KV.
Okay, so let me finish what I was saying. If you're wondering, why am I readdressing all of the things that I have already addressed years ago? Many people addressed all of these things. It's because Nicki Minaj recently shared her experience of going through different smear campaigns and what happens behind the scenes, talking about Jay-Z, Desiree Perez, and Roc Nation, right? And a lot of people, what I saw online, were questioning her about this. And sadly, I knew it wasn't even a question because I saw it happen to Colin. And I called this out years ago. That's why, sadly, I'm readdressing everything over. But again, do your research, go back to the timeline. It's all there. It's all there. Okay? And the worst part about during that time were the smear campaigns that were happening behind the scenes to try to discredit Colin publicly, to sway people to think that Colin was okay being blackballed or he was asking for a lot of money to play again. He was never offered a job the minute he protested. Never. Never. Okay? And no. Like I said then, Jay-Z never spoke to Colin before he made that deal with the NFL. No. He only spoke to Colin after he made that deal, and he was okay with the deal and knew exactly what it would do to Colin, and he was okay with it. You know how I know? I was there. I heard the conversation.
Antonio is obsessed with me showing my face. It's getting weird at this point. I'm talking real creepy vibes. Why are you so pressed about seeing my face, bro? You trying to wear it or something? That's strike one. Strike two. I did show my face, actually. Posted a whole video with me on camera. Yeah, it happened. Some of y'all remember it. Now I know somebody about to ask, which one? Go find it. Yeah, dig through the content like a scavenger hunt. It's in the last 30 uploads somewhere within the last month. Ain't that hard? You want me to search it for you too? Like, come on now. It's up, it's there, and I ain't hiding. As for when I'm doing it again, man, I don't even know. Could be tomorrow, could be never, could be when I fix the damn lawnmower. Who knows? Okay, let's talk about something real for a second. Shout out to JD5. They said, I think God shows me these videos not for the celebs, but for the messages that come with them. And yo, I felt that deep. Big shout out to you for dropping that. Thank you. I really appreciate that message because honestly, I do believe the Most High be using this platform. It's not just about gossip or drama. Sometimes it's about truth, about waking people up to things they needed to hear, even if they didn't know it at the time. Let me tell y'all something that happened to me once. Real talk. I was headed to a party. I wasn't fully sure if I should even go, but I was already on my way. Then out of nowhere, a Wyclef song came on. That joint was called Anything Could Happen. While I was listening, one line hit me like lightning. You don't want to go there because anything could happen. Man, when that line hit, it felt like it was bolded, underlined, and shouting at me through the speakers. And in that exact moment, I knew. That wasn't just a song lyric. That was God talking to me. Sometimes he speaks through music, sometimes through a stranger. Could be one sentence, one comment, one video, and boom, it hits your conscience so hard there's no confusion. No maybe. You just know that was God. It's like your whole spirit stops and says, that message was for me. You don't brush it off. You feel it deep. And yeah, JD5 circled back, and I'm telling you, sometimes those shout-outs be more divine than we realize. You never know how God gonna reach you. But when he does, you know it's real. He said, Nike keeps your souls in check. Pun, fully intended. And I was like, damn, that's bars right there. Especially when you think back to that whole situation between Nike and Kasana. Yeah, they had a major fallout. Now here's where it gets interesting. Shout out to Phi Drip, FY5 Drip. He got his own clothing line, real dope stuff. I need to feature him for Black Business Wednesday for real. Anyway, he hit me up and sent me a message he got from Nike. And listen, the way this whole thing played out, that's straight from the brand itself. No fluff, no delay. They cut ties immediately. Now, what I was told is that this situation connects to some kind of photo involving a 16-year-old. Details are still kind of murky, and I'm not going to speculate without solid facts, but that's what's being circulated right now. Either way, it's clear Nike ain't playing. They pulled the plug quick and made sure everyone knew why. That line about respect and inclusivity, that's a shot. Silent, but loud. So yeah, shout out again to Phi Drip for sending that through. And don't let me forget, we're definitely locking you in for Black Business Wednesday. Gotta support those out here doing it legit. So apparently, there's a photo of Kasana in a bathroom with someone else, and it's from back when he was a teen himself. That's what's being said. Now, I don't know the full accuracy of that detail, so I ain't gonna stamp it like fact. But if that's true, and both of them were underage when the picture was taken, then that raises serious questions, especially if Nike used that as the reason to cut ties. See, Kasana claimed Nike wanted him to stop talking about God. He said straight up, they told me to stop pushing the God message. And when he refused, boom, partnership over. So if this bathroom pic is just a cover story for a deeper issue, then Nike might be out here flipping the narrative. But again, we need more facts. Still waiting to get the full story. And real quick, shout out again to J5. That line still hitting. Nike keeps your souls in check. Man, that's fire. Straight bars. Also, shout out to Forever Anong. I think that's Forever Angela, right? For saying the lawnmower drama's been the real headline of the week. Ha! No lie, the lawnmower saga been wild. Now let me give another shout out to DeMar Stevens, who said, I've been asking God to help me stop smoking. That's deep. And let me tell you something I've learned. For some people, when they pray for help with addiction, God steps in quick and it's like cold turkey. Done, gone, over with. But for others, it's a slow journey, step by step. Either way, it's still God working. Whether it's instant or gradual, he moves how he wants. And the change still comes. Respect to everyone going through it and trying to better themselves. Keep pushing. You know that scripture, the one where Jesus heals the blind man? It's deep. So here's what went down. Jesus lays hands on this man, right? Then he asks, what do you see? And the man says something like, I see people, but they look like trees walking. So Jesus pulls him back in like, come here, let me hit you with that second dose. And he heals him again, this time fully. Now that story, that one always stuck with me. because there's a message in it. I believe sometimes healing, breakthrough, or deliverance, it comes in stages. Not because God can't do it all at once, but because there's something he's working in us during the process. You feel me? I honestly think humility plays a role. If things came too fast, some folks might start thinking it was them. Like, I did this, instead of recognizing it was God all along. So sometimes he lets it unfold slow, to make it unmistakable that it was his hand guiding the whole thing. It's a heart check. Like maybe God's waiting for you to reach a certain mindset, or to drop the pride, or maybe just to realize that you can't do it alone. And let's not ignore this either. I believe God also wants our effort. He doesn't always do everything for us instantly. Sometimes he needs to see us take the first few steps, make that sacrifice, show that discipline. Then he moves. It's like he's saying, I'll meet you where you're willing to fight for it. So yeah, sometimes healing is a process and not a flash, but that just means it's real and it's lasting. And maybe that's part of the whole journey. Maybe God wants us to go all in, to try everything in our power, just so we realize it ain't enough without him. Or maybe he just wants us to fully invest in what we're asking for. You feel me? Anyway, shout out to Tevin Ritchie, who said, let's all donate and get celeb a lawnmower. Haha, nah bro, you don't gotta do that. Let me tell you why. So yesterday, we out here looking everywhere for that damn lawnmower. I'm texting my neighbor like, yo, where's my message? I needed answers, and the grass is getting out of control, like jungle status. So I hit him up and said, bro, I need my lawnmower. My yard looking wild. Is it outside or in the garage? And he hit me back like, yes, I'm sharpening. Like what? Sharpening what? You borrowed my mower, not a samurai sword? But I stayed cool. You said, thanks, bro. Cause hey, he's my neighbor, and I don't hate the man. We cool. But then he drops this line. It is delivered. Don't let the blade bolt break down or it's no longer available. Huh, what does that even mean? Then he hits me with, thanks for letting me borrow yours. Now I'm like, hold up, did you just say the blade bolt might be broken? Did you break my mower, bro? It's sounding real suspicious right now. Like, now he's out here fixing it after the fact. Nah, it's given I messed it up, but let me act like I'm doing you a favor energy. He ended with, I jumped through, and I was like, what did you jump through? Blades, hurdles, your conscience? Man, this lawnmower saga is getting more dramatic than daytime TV. Oops, almost forgot. Shout out to my guy, Gigi. He said, to get mine working, I sharpened both machines. I said, yo, thank you, bro. I didn't even realize the blades were getting dull like that. Translation, my man fixed up the whole thing. So whether he broke it or just tuned it up, at the end of the day, he gave it back to me in better shape than I gave it to him. That's love right there. So yes, lawnmower mystery, solved. I used it yesterday and let me tell you, my grass is looking crisp. Top tier, like a golf course out front now. No cap. And that's for all y'all who've been blowing up the comments like, yo, what's going on with your boy's lawnmower? There you go, full report. Now, last shout out for the day goes to Country Boy. My man said, yo, what up, big bro? I said, what's good? He said something that hit different. He opened up about overcoming alcoholism, said it was one of the hardest things he ever had to face, but after months of staying strong, leaning on faith, and cutting off the wrong crowd, it got easier. He said, besides having my kids, this is one of the best feelings I've ever experienced, being sober. He dropped this too. God hears your praise. True belief is here. Without him, none of this would have been possible. Man, that right there is humility. He owned it and said, I was the problem when I was drinking. But now, he's sober, he's clear. He said everybody around him loves the new version of him. And that change is real. He ended with something deep. You can say all day, I want to quit. But when you're really serious, you'll get the help you need. That's truth, that's growth, that's what faith and real commitment can do. Salute to you, Country Boy. We proud of you, bro. Finally. Let's break this down, because it's sounding like they're making some serious claims. They're basically saying, no exceptions apply, not even fair use, no celebrity exceptions, period. Let me explain. They're claiming that none of the usual copyright protections, like fair use, apply in this case. And they're saying you can't just throw the term newsworthy on a piece of content and expect it to slide under fair use. Nope, the law don't work like that. They made it real clear. There is no celebrity exception to copyright law. And if you're the one using the image, The burden's on you to prove it qualifies as fair use. And in their words, that can't be done in this case. They also said, "We appreciate YouTube's attention to this matter and are happy to provide any further info needed." So what's all this really about? Looks like someone used a private photo, and not just any photo, but one that allegedly featured the CEO of Roc Nation. And from the sound of it, the entire photo was used. No crop, no edit, no nothing. Just slapped straight into a video. And that video apparently had a negative tone aimed at the CEO. Now that's where things get sticky, because the photo wasn't changed, wasn't transformed, and wasn't used for commentary, critique, or parody. All the stuff that makes fair use possible. It was just dropped in to identify her, plain and simple. And that's where the copyright claim gets teeth. They're basically saying, this wasn't public, it wasn't for the internet, and now that it's out there, it's hurting the brand. So yeah, legal pressure is coming down heavy, and from the sound of it, they're not playing. So here's what I'm hearing, and y'all can fact check me on this. From what I understand, Colin Kaepernick had already been making waves, kneeling during the national anthem before Jay-Z ever got involved with the NFL. Then not long after all that heat hit, Jay-Z made his move, suddenly partnering with the league and becoming the face behind the Super Bowl halftime shows. Now some folks are saying Jay's plan was to calm things down, take the spotlight off Kaepernick's protest, and smooth things out between the NFL and the public. But in doing that, he also secured himself a major position, a real bag. So is that strategy, opportunism, or both? Look, I'm not here to say Roc Nation or Jay-Z are innocent. That ain't my claim. I know a lot of people love to throw all the blame at them like they're supposed to carry the sins of the whole industry. But let's be real. Every major business got folks who feel like they got played, mistreated, or left behind. I'm just saying, it's never black and white. Now, some people feel like Jay-Z wasn't thinking about Kaepernick's protest or the message behind it, that maybe in that moment he was thinking more about business moves than about black men being killed in the streets. And if that's true, then yeah, it hits different. But again, I could be wrong. So here's what I need from you. This topic runs deep and there's a lot of moving parts, but we can't have real convo if we don't talk it out. So make sure you like, comment, and share your thoughts below. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and tap the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. I'll see you in the next video. And trust me, it only gets wilder from here.